Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Upper Potato, and this is Creeper World 4. Creeper World 4 is the fourth iteration in the Creeper World series. Sounds hard to believe, but it's true. This is the demo that has been released on Steam, and this is a very unique entrance into the series because it marks the first time that it has entered the glorious world of 3D. You know, this is kind of like, you know, Super Mario 64 or whatever. This is when things got real in the Creeper World series. Anyway, we're gonna be skipping the story for the most part because it is just the demo, and I thought that this would be a great opportunity to just showcase the game's sort of features and play through a couple of the missions that are available. There's 8 of them at this moment in time. If you're not familiar with Creeper World, then what the heck is going on? Creeper World is a game. It's kind of a real-time strategy type game, but it's got a lot of strategic sort of tower defense elements in it, and you know, I'm going to be doing my best to explain exactly what the heck is happening as we go. So we start with this core-like structure right over here, and we build what's called towers. Now, these towers are kind of like solar panels in a sense. They have an area of effect, and they connect to other structures and other towers. You know, the tower is the basic connection unit. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Here you can see the area of effect that is going to determine exactly how much energy we get. The energy that we get from towers is fed back to the core, and it is used to power stuff like cannons to defeat the creeper. That's right. Okay, as I say, I'm skipping through the story because at the moment it's not strictly relevant, and I'm not particularly bothered about what the heck happens in the story. Anyway, what have we got? Ah, yes. So here, this is the creeper stuff. It is like a blue wave, and it looks really, really cool because this is the 3D environment that I was talking about. That is the first time that this has happened. At the moment, it seems like there are some very, very cool looking explosions that are happening as the creep does indeed spread across. Now, I can move my core, and indeed I'm going to do that. Now, the core, if you'll recall, is the central unit, and it dispatches all of the energy to all of the different cannons. So we always want to make sure that the core is within range of, you know, some part of the tower network, so that the cannons can get their resources. Now, if I click on this specific tower, for example, you can see that it is within range of the other 2 towers to either side of it, and then also the cannon right here. I can move the cannon, and indeed that is what I am being instructed to do. So we've got a couple of cannons that we can move around, and as you will probably be able to infer, the cannons shoot at the creep, and they stop it from advancing, because if it advances to your core, well, Jiminy Crickets, you'll be in trouble. You will be in trouble. So, as I say, we're just going to go through the couple of missions that are available here. We'll probably unlock some more advanced tech. There is a whole bunch of additional structural stuff. There's a whole bunch of different weapons which you can use to tackle the creep. There's different intensities of creep as well, which is quite cool. There are, of course, different maps that you can go, you know, that forces the creep through different patterns. I've actually been a fan of the Creeper World series for a significant long period of time, but I've never played Creeper World 3 on the YouTube channel before because, well, I just haven't. However, I've completed the game, and I really, really, really enjoy it. And so I thought, what better a time to pick up Creeper World 4 and see exactly what the heck the demo had to offer. Right, so with that, we complete the first very, very basic tutorial level. I hope that I've explained enough to show you exactly what the heck is happening. We can proceed along to the next map. And indeed, this is the last map that I've played. I played through 2 levels just to see if it was as good as I remember. And oh boy, Creeper World has got that same sort of appeal. So, yeah, we can pause anytime we wish, and indeed we may very well want to do that at some point just to chat. There is often a couple of items. Yeah, you can see there's a few different bits and bobs scattered around the map. These bits usually you you want to connect to them in order to unlock additional features. So I know, for example, if we are to construct some additional towers, it's only going to take us two tower structures in order to connect up to that thing over there. However, I am going to start building a pretty expansive tower network because, as I've said, the area of effect that a tower has determines exactly how much energy you're going to get. So you know what? Let's just try and build out the tower network. Now, we don't have too many bits of energy. We can talk a little bit about the mechanics of energy as we go. It's up in the left-hand corner, as you can see right here. So we're generating at the moment 1.6 units of energy. As these towers come online, you know, that will increase, which is great. We're using this many bits of energy in order to build this, you know, this tower network. And we have a running store here, which is very, very, very small in comparison. However, it will start to increase, and it's just the storage that that can be built in the core. Now, storage of the units of energy that can be stored in the core. We can get a specific storage building later on. Now, we've just unlocked the cannon, so let's, without further ado, queue up a couple of cannons to be built. Now, because I've already built such an expansive tower network, we should be able to hopefully manage to deal with the construction of 4 cannons at the same time. I'm quite optimistic, actually, that we will be able to do that and not suffer too much of a deficit. There is a little bit of a deficit running at the moment, but I think we can just about cope with that. Of course, once we've built the cannon, we can move it to any location that we want to. A couple of locations that would probably be prudent to move to is over here. We can also probably head over there. Also, this music is very good, but it's very, very loud. I do indeed enjoy it, but it is a little bit loud. Anyway, so we'll move that around. We've got to go and build over to this structure over here. We've also got to build over to this structure over here, and also there's a structure over here which I want to build over to. So, you know, we'll obviously try and make sure that we build over to all of that stuff as we go. So let's spread the cannons out. Let's make sure that they're all connected via a red line to the nearest tower, because that is the method of energy supply, as I've already hinted at. The geography is actually quite important, because as you can probably tell, the towers that I am building, they can project downhill, but I don't believe that they can project uphill, although maybe I'm just incorrect in that assumption. No, I am incorrect in that assumption. They can actually project uphill. But I don't believe that cannons can shoot uphill. Not like that should ever really be a problem, because the creep usually ends up pooling in valleys. Although, if the creep intensity gets too strong, then it can ascend up hills, as you can see right over here. That's not good. Let's move this around a little bit. Are we all connected up over here? Yeah, we seem to be all connected up over here. That's looking good. Let's make sure that we are shooting all of the creep away whenever it comes near. I'm going to queue up yep, you see, I tried to place a cannon into the creep there, and that immediately destroyed my blueprint. But no harm, no foul. We didn't actually commit any resources to doing that. These cannons, by the way, they use 25 energy in order to be built, and they have 1 continual use of energy whenever they... oh, look. Exploded whenever they shoot. Anyway, so as soon as the cannon is built, it will immediately start to receive these red bits of energy, which are exactly the same type of energy that we're collecting from the towers, but they are just used as ammo. I believe that they are technically called ammo, but it doesn't particularly matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly but surely move my cannons across to the edge of the plateau over here, and then I'm going to take the plunge as soon as this tower is built within connection range, which is grand. As soon as the tower is built, we're going to move all of the cannons out into the great unknown. Now, I happen to know for a fact that the creep levels over here are pretty low, to be honest. They're pretty low. So down in the bottom left-hand corner, you can actually see exactly how much creep is down here. So the graph down at the bottom left, if I hover over this bit of terrain, for example, you can see that the height is 6. It's very difficult to see at the moment because the UI isn't scaling as it should, but, you know, terrain height of 6, and if I hover over the creep, you can see that there is a 0.75 level of creep in this vicinity. So if I was perhaps to move my cannons to, somewhere a little bit more dangerous where there's a high level of creep. Like over here, there's about, there's about three layers of creep right over here because of the waves and the source of creep right here. It would perhaps endanger these turrets. However, at this moment in time, I don't really think that I'm worried about the creep destroying my cannons, so I'm going to be able to advance with relative ease. I'm actually going to queue up a couple more cannons to be built. I'm actually just going to queue up, 6 cannons over here. Again, each of them costs 25 energy apiece. The closer we build them to the core, the quicker they're going to get built. So once they're built, I can just fly them pretty much anywhere that I desire. So I might as well build them somewhat near the core. With that, we should be able to move our line of towers up to this here info cache, whatever the heck this is. I don't know, just an objective that we need to path to. But, that's not too difficult. We're managing to do that with relative ease as well. Tell you what else I want to do whilst I'm over here. I'd like to queue up some more cannons because I want to bridge out to this specific pod, the supply pod over here. Cool. Awesome. Right. I mean, the Creeper World story, if in case you're feeling like you're missing something right now, is like really wacky, and frankly, I have never actually paid attention to it. I know. It's like I'm confessing to a great sin at this moment in time, but I've never really paid attention to it, and I don't really intend to start now. If you're interested, I may well end up chatting about it once the full game releases, because boy oh boy oh boy, I will be playing this game once the full game releases. Most probably on Twitch, because it just seems like a better format to play it. So if you're interested, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/RoboToPotato, and I'm sure we will have a wonderful time together once indeed this game is released in earnest. So that's fun to look forward to. Right, so there are 2 totems, I believe they are called, totems that are now on the map that we are pathing to, which is great. Totems need, apparently, or these totems anyway, they need liftic in order to operate, and I believe that this is the liftic supply pod. Looks like liftic, whatever that is. Also, there's this over here, which I'm not exactly sure. Not exactly sure what the heck this is. So why don't we build a couple more cannons over here, and then we'll slowly but surely head over to that area. That looks like liftic as well, actually, now that I think about it, but that's fine. Anyway, let's slowly but surely move these cannons across here. It's probably best if I build a supply tower somewhat nearby before committing my cannons to moving. Again, there's not actually that much creep around. It looks a little bit more interesting than I think it probably is. As I've already alluded to, there's only like 1.5, like 3 in some places. There's not much in the way of an obstacle for the turrets here. But one false move can still end up costing us dearly. So we'll play it safe. Continue to move all of these towers around, connect everything up. We will connect up the liftic. I believe both of the totems have been supplied, or at least they've been connected. They need to be supplied from the liftic. So we'll see exactly what the heck happens, but certainly no serious bottlenecks over here. There we go. There we go. Just move everything out over here. Excellent. Very happy with that. And we'll build a tower over here just in case we need to. I don't even know if this is a thing that we need to build to, but, we might as well, right? We've got the resources. So. The liftic supply pod contains 959 liftic. I believe it contained 999. But now we are moving all of the liftic that is required for these totems over to them. I don't even know what these totems do, but they're all connected, and they're creating a weird beam in the sky. Apparently, we've completed our objective, and we're able to initiate a jump as and when we wish to. So let's initiate the rift jump and get the heck out of Dodge. Okay, apparently that is the level. That is excellent. So with that, we're able to move very, very swiftly on to the 3rd mission. How exciting is that? Okay. So this is the first mission that I haven't actually played. We'll see exactly what the heck is happening. We can place down our core in a location of our choice. Now, where the heck would I like to place my core? I mean, placing it in the center seems like the obvious option. Just having a little look at the map, it seems like there is a blueprint down here. I'm assuming that this is a blueprint for another structure, so that's something that we want to get access to ASAP. Looks like there's a totem over here, which I presume is going to be our way out. Another totem over there, and Liftic is over here. So. Presumably, we're going to need to connect up these two totems to the Liftic supply pod. That's fine. It looks like there is a serious amount of creep over here. There's 8 units of creep behind this wall, so this is a wall with a height of 14, so as soon as the creep hits level, 14.1, we're going to start to see overflow here. So it would be really, really great if we could get some cannons in this vicinity to see if we can try and contain the flow of the creep and make sure that it never gets onto this surface in the first place. Here's hoping. That looks like a little explosion of creep over here as well, which is not great. And then, of course, there's a little lake over there, Okay, cool. Also, it seems like there is a tunnel that seemingly is connected via an underground route between this puddle over here and this puddle over here. Okay, you know what? I know this is going to be boring, but let's try and stick down. Let's try and stick down the base over here. Then I'm going to try immediately and see if we can try and plonk down some pretty darned efficient towers, right? So towers that end up taking up the maximum amount of space. So it's much more efficient to place the towers as far away from each other as they can possibly be placed, because in that case, they all earn the maximum amount of resources per the amount of resources that you spend on them. So we'll do that. I mean, this may end up throttling my economy for a little bit, but I mean, if we get a good start, then we'll be totally fine. Of course, I can't really forget that, this is like the tutorial level. All of these levels are tutorial levels, and so they're never really going to be altogether that difficult. Although, in saying that, I've said stupider things before. Can definitely happen. Okay, let's unpause. Let's phase into existence, and then let's immediately start building. Okay. Let's see what the heck is happening over here. Oh, yes, I almost forgot. I do want to build out towers down to this structure over here. Is there any way that I can connect up? No, there's actually no way that I can reach this blueprint without placing a tower on this level around here. So I'm going to need to probably see if I can get a cannon just to clear a little bit of access, because I imagine that the creep is going to surround this level fairly quickly. But no matter, that is something that we need to deal with. Weapons. Oh, look, we've unlocked a mortar. Very, very cool. So a mortar can deal a ridiculous amount of damage, something that I'm very interested in exploring very, very shortly indeed. More Liftic, nice for those totems. I have to somehow connect it. Maybe this is more awesome software. Indeed, that's what I've already said, video game. I have already told the dear viewer exactly what the heck is happening here. So let's make sure that we've got a decent economy before progressing on. We are still running a deficit, but that deficit is going to be rectified very, very shortly, and very soon it's going to become a store. Excellent. Okay. So, let's get some cannons down over here. Let's get some cannons down. Let's also get some mortars, because by golly goodness gracious me, I want to make sure that we get some mortars down. Now, mortars do not need a direct line of fire. We can actually stick a mortar right over here, and it can target over the top of this wall, I believe, whereas cannons cannot do that. Right. Also, I'm just going to very quickly make sure that I have got a connection to this area. It's probably not going to be super difficult to deal with, when the... Oh, actually, hold up. This wall looks like it's degrading. Yeah, this wall definitely looks like it's degrading. I did not see that one coming, but it looks like we're gonna have to deal with that. Okay, let's place some additional mortars over here. Maybe, just maybe, we can get to destroying some of this creep before the wall degrades completely. But you never know, that might not be possible. Okay, so I need to see if we can try and get some additional firepower over here. It seems like the creep in this area is much thicker than on the last level, kind of to be expected, really, given that it is the next level. Also, let's never forget that we always want to try and increase our economic potential. And so we're going to make sure that we always expand the number of towers that we've got outwards. It's very, very important. This area, by the way, it looks like it's pretty chill. It looks like it is increasing in creep, but it seems to be increasing fairly slowly. So I think we can actually queue up a whole bunch of cannons in this vicinity. So I kind of like to do this, actually. This is a strat. So I like to queue up a whole bunch of stuff, but I like to queue it up in such a way that it doesn't overwhelm the system whenever it gets built. So these cannons will only start to build after all of the towers have started collecting a whole bunch of additional energy, which is kind of nice to consider. Okay, a whole bunch of additional mortars. I know that the original mortars that I built over here haven't actually started yet, but that's fine. All right. Let me move the cannons downwards. This may be a little bit risky, but we'll try it nonetheless. Yeah, these cannons might end up going down, but it doesn't look like there's altogether too much creep over here. So that's fine. There we go. Move you over there. Excellent. Let's unlock this software. Cool. What do we got? We've unlocked a nullifier. Okay, so a nullifier is something that can actually destroy a creep source. So this is a creep source over here, apparently. It's called an emitter. An emission interval, or it emits 30 creep every 15 seconds, I believe. Look at this. This mortar, by the way, has completely destroyed this creep. That is excellent. Very, very good stuff. And it may look like I've been a little bit flippant in my mortar construction, but remember, we can always move these mortars out to a position that is a lot easier to deal with. A lot easier to deal with creep, that is. So, you know what? Let me queue up a whole bunch of additional towers. There we go. Lovely. Lovely. Again, economic potential, that's what it's all about, you know? We want to make sure that throughout this engagement, our economy is fine. Also, let me queue up some cannons over here just to make sure that the creep doesn't get too unwieldy. I doubt it will. I feel like I've got it very much under control. I don't really think that I'm altogether too threatened, but again, it always pays to play safe. Right, so what I'm going to do now is bring all of my mortars over here, bring all of my cannons over here, and set up a situation where hopefully we're going to be able to get close enough to the emitter to place down a nullifier. That's kind of the dream, because, and I tell you why, the nullifier has got a ridiculously short range. So it costs 50 energy in order to build a nullifier, so that is going to be the most expensive structure that we have that we've got access to thus far. It takes 50 energy, and it needs to charge up in order to deal its fullest damage. At least I'm assuming that it does, because of course I'm still working on the previous Creeper World titles for all of my Creeper World knowledge here. Also, I'm just realizing that it seems like we are not resupplying all of these. We're not resupplying all of these buildings because they have not. The supply network has not caught up to them quite yet. So I thought that these towers would be online by the time that the mortars and the cannons arrived across here, but apparently they were not. But that's okay. We'll get that fixed right now. That was a bit of an unnecessary building, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. Cannons, you can go down here. You can go down there. Mortars, yeah, just keep on pounding away. And to be honest, we should probably just move the mortars out here because there's no real reason to keep the mortars over in an area that is not active. There we go. Move all this down. There we go. Make sure that the cannons can always be shooting. There is a little bit of another concern. This is a bit of a late game concern, really, that I don't think will trouble us over the course of over the course of this little playthrough, but you can get to a position where you're actually shooting so many bits of energy that you can't afford to continue to fire mortars or indeed more advanced stuff. Again, energy is just something that you need to consider. I mean, if I hadn't built this massive economic infrastructure, this massive infrastructure of towers, then we would probably be having fairly significant problems right now. But as it stands, I mean, nothing is really worrying me. A lovely flat area with which we can collect a whole bunch of energy. Excellent. So almost every single bit of the map is now covered with a tower, and if it's not, well, it'll probably be covered with a tower as soon as the game has decided to build them. There we go. Excellent. Okay, I mean that is overkill. We have no need for all of this. Cool. All right, well, I think we're ready to connect up this lift stick, right? Also, there we go. You can see that the nullifier was just built. And we are nullifying the emitter over here. Don't know how long it's going to take. Or indeed, maybe if it's... yes, you can see. If I click on the nullifier, you can see that at the moment it's got a certain amount of ammo. So it looks like it's not necessarily being destroyed. It seems like it's just being suppressed. Which, to be honest, I think I'm okay with. It doesn't particularly matter for our intents and purposes, but it's fine. Also, have I been a dingus and not connected up the totem over here? I totally have. That was completely my bad. Well, no matter. We'll build it as quickly as we possibly can, and then I'm sure all of the lift stick from over here will be dispatched as it needs to be. Also, that's something else to consider. You know, the route that this lift stick is taking is a little bit wonky. Of course, it doesn't actually matter because I mean we've won, we've conclusively won, we've decisively conclusively won. But in the future, it might be better if I make a direct route from the supply pod to the supply network over here. It's just something to consider, you know, in later levels because it's all dangerous. Sometimes you come across really time-sensitive levels, and you've got to keep that in mind. Anyway, looks like the totems are going to be fully charged and ready to rock and roll. So we might as well initiate a jump and head on over to the next level. Not my Mars. Excellent. Excellent. What the heck is this? This looks whack. This looks really interesting. What the heck is this? This is an Ultrac. Not entirely sure what the heck that does, but it has ammo, and so therefore I suspect that it is necessary. We've got lift stick over here. We've got a emitter over here. We've got a totem over yonder. We've got some more software over here to unlock new stuff. And we've got some creep over here, which isn't actually super deadly. This, on the other hand, is, I think, a pretty darn deadly pile of creep here. So this is a 12 deep stack of creep surrounded by 18 height terrain. However, that terrain is definitely almost certainly going to end up degrading at some point. Right. So where do we want to put down our base? It's a great question. Also, see this? This is, I suspect that this is going to end up being a brand new resource that we're going to end up building on at some point over the course of this level. Anyway, let's select a place to put our base. What is more preferable? I guess we can put it over here, to be honest. Let's stick it over here. Also, this is a pylon, which looks like a long range tower, but I suspect that it probably doesn't provide an energy network for us. Anyway, let me queue up a couple of pylons over here. I'm assuming that this blue stuff is good, purely because of my knowledge of previous Creeper World titles. Although I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Okay, let's unpause and let's see what the heck is gonna happen. Brilliant. Okay, let's get built. Mission priority, nullification suspended. This terrain looks like it was made for miners. Aha! Excellent. Okay, so indeed we have unlocked a miner. Let's see what the heck Let's see what the heck this does. We'll queue that up over there. Queue that up over there. I have no idea what the area of effect of these things are. It's the first time I'm coming across them. We've got plenty of resources, apparently, which is great. Really, really nice. Is this online? Is it producing... It doesn't seem to be generating power, which is maybe something to consider, but that's okay, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any... Doesn't look like there's any power production on Mars. Weird. Really, really funky. Okay, well, that's fine. Mars Corp energy storage. Ultra caps. Okay, so it seems like these things store energy, which is great. Well, I guess we're about to find another method of energy production through producing these miners. Okay, what's going to happen once they're all built? I guess we will see. Ah, look at this. Okay, so we can actually specify what we want them to extract. We can get them to extract either energy or bluite, which is a wholly horrific name for a resource. Can I queue up another couple of miners then? Are we able to just smash down as many as we want to? All right, and we've also got a pylon. Now, as I sort of suspect, a pylon is a long-range tower, which is totally fine with me. I will be able to utilize that to get access to a whole bunch of interesting areas. That's fine. Okay, cool. Well, we can build up here. I probably want to see if we can try and bring some weapons up here. Mortars would be a good idea, right? Let's just queue up a whole bunch of mortars. I know that is a lot of stuff, but that's fine. Okay, so these Ultrac, as well as providing a whole bunch of energy, it looks like their green blob scales with the amount of energy that they have. That's cool. Very, very cool indeed. Let's get some more miners, by the way, whilst I've got the resources to do so. It looks like they can be recharged, and they're not sort of one-time use energy storage things anyway. Also, I'm assuming that these miners don't actually have an area of effect. I suspect that we can just build them or cram as many as we want to in this location here. There we go. Let's see if we can cram another one in there. Excellent. One more. Nada. Nada, nada, nada. That's fine, though. We'll definitely be able to cram more in here. He says. Confidently. Okay, that's still another 2. Sounds like our mortars are up and running. That's cool. Okay, there's a massive deficit that we're running at this moment in time because I decided that I wanted to start, powering all of the mortars at the same time as trying to rapidly expand my economy. Maybe not a great idea, but that's fine. Destroy that tower over there. We don't really need it, given that we can't seem to collect any energy from towers. That's just something that we're going to have to learn to deal with. It also doesn't seem that creep can get from unconnected island to unconnected island. So it can't float in space, at least not yet anyway. So that is something to consider. Either way, we're going to start bombarding significantly all of the creep around here. And as soon as all of our miners are up and running, then we will be able to do even more of that business. Also, I'm just realizing, do I need to connect up? I do need to connect up some more towers in order to make sure that all of these miners can actually get access to the core, because they need resources from the core in order to be built. Okay, so it seems like we've depleted all of our energy storage, but that should be fine. Not particularly bothered about that. We've actually got a pretty good surplus at this moment in time, or at least we will have a pretty good surplus once everything is sorted. And yeah, we're gonna start to rapidly look at that. We are replenishing our energy supplies very, very quickly, which is really, really good to see. Okay, well, I think we just want to build some more mortars over here. Let's do it. Let's build some more mortars. Let me build a pylon down here, because pylons are the hot new tech. I'm going to build some cannons just to keep things at bay, and also cannons are a little bit better. Cannons are a little bit better when it comes to moving them into sort of an enemy area and just cleaning up. Mortars can't really do that. So if we were to move a mortar into the heart of the creep, then it would probably die. In saying that, if we were to do the same with a cannon, it starts by shooting the creep closest to it. So that is, of course, a big old benefit for us. Right. I really have screwed the pooch on this. It probably could have been a little bit more efficient, my layout, but you know what? It's fine. That's fine. Okay, I think we're ready to move out. There's no reason to not do such a thing. Let's try and keep the... Oh, excellent. That's perfect. That's perfect. Unconnected island to elevated island is the perfect location for a pylon. My humble opinion. Let's move a whole bunch of these mortars that are currently inactive over to our brand new island. It might take a little while before they become active, given the pylon in the middle ain't up and running quite yet. But no matter. Either way, it seems like, you know, these 4 mortars are doing a fairly good job of repelling everything as is. Right, connect up a tower, and that will connect up the totem over there, which is cool. This area is just a sea of creep. Holy cow, that is crazy. We need to nullify the enemy terminals. We don't need to, but it's an optional extra, which is great. So let's do just that. Yeah, I'm gonna move these mortars in just a second. Actually, let me move them all down. I'm gonna highlight, select them all, and just move them all in. So this is kind of maybe a little bit of an inadvisable play, but I'm gonna do it nonetheless. So I'm gonna move the enemy mortars into creep area. Yeah, that wasn't good. What was that? I think that was just a couple of mortars that ended up going down. Seems like they are gonna survive, but not gonna survive without additional ammunition. So it's a little bit of a bummer that I acted a little bit prematurely there, but as it so happened, I don't think we're going to be punished altogether too much for it. Right, let's move... yeah, let's move these 3 mortars down here. Yeah, again, it's just because mortars have such a long range blast. Well, not super long range, but certainly if there is any creep on them, as you can see, they can't target the creep that is directly next to them. And that is a bit of a problem. Okay, move you back up here. Just temporarily. Move you down here. And we are slowly but surely closing in on the emitter, which is cool. Gonna build 2 more rows of mortars. 1 small row of cannons. Another small row of cannons. Just for good measure there. Okay, we still need to get access to this software over here, don't we? Yes, we do. Also, supposedly we're not able to supply all of these mortars with ammunition, so let's immediately sort that out, because the more mortars, the merrier. You know what they say, right? That is what they say. The more mortars, the merrier. Right. So after that, we're going to hopefully be able to build an emitter somewhere over here. If indeed, maybe I'm able to get another cannon moved into position. Kind of want the cannon to go over there, because I've got an idea that I want the emitter to be right over here. Oh, sorry, the nullifier right over here. Yeah, this is too close at this moment in time. I'm gonna need to bring in some reinforcements. That's right. Bring in the reinforcements, connect up some supply towers just to make sure that everything runs smoothly. That over there. Excellent. Okay, then we should be able to, not comfortably, but we should be able to build the nullifier. Yeah, okay. That's looking good. Pretty darn happy about that. I mean, we've got a massive surplus of energy, which is wonderful. Not to mention all of these 3 storages have got 100 energy in them each, which is brilliant. Okay. Without further ado, let's move all of these cannons, etc. These mortars, cannons, everything actually. Let's move it all across. However, I want to make sure that this cannon is built first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a pylon over here, because I suspect that this is going to be our main resupply pylon for all of these cannons. So let's move everything across here. Let's just get everything started. It's a massive aerial attack. Kind of love it. Let's do it. Let's also bring in some further reinforcements. What the heck? Move you over there as well. That's grand. We're suppressing this emitter right now, which conveniently makes it really easy to reach that totem, which is lovely. What about I build a pylon there, and I build a pylon over... no, it doesn't look like I'm able to build a pylon over here. It looks like we're going to have to bring some turrets up here just to clear out a little bit of stuff. Cool. All right, looks like this expansion went well. Build some additional pylons just to help out with supply. And then another pylon over here. Excellent. Now, I don't believe that there is a source around here, so there is no way for this creep to respawn, which is kind of nice. Pretty happy about that, to be honest. But that is all looking grand. Let's move these mortars down over here. Let's connect to a pylon over there. There is still an emitter over here, so we got to be careful of that. Pylon. Yeah, we need to get access to that area right there. Right, move this around here. Excellent. And then as soon as this area clears up, we will get a pylon over here. We can already get a pylon right over there. I should probably just get a pylon there instead of on the low ground. Yeah, if we get a pylon... Oh, okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe we can't get a pylon on the high ground over here. Maybe we have to put it on the low ground. Okay, well, that sucks, but it's the case. Okay, get the software. Whatever the heck this software is. I'm going to be very much excited to get my grubby little mitts on it. Excellent. Connect up the liftic, which is cool. What have we got? What have we got? Excellent. What is this? What have we got? I don't even know if there was anything. There was something. Oh, look, I see what it is. It's all of our towers that are now able to generate energy, which is wonderful. Not like it particularly matters. Not like it particularly matters at all. I've crammed enough of these flippin' miners down that it won't make any difference either way. But, you know, it's nice to know, I guess. Cool. All right, so just this source left. We need to nullify the source, and then we are good. Hopefully this mortar doesn't end up going down. Hopefully these end up remaining alive. It's irritating, but it's fine. Nullifier over here. Actually, hold up. Is this... Yeah, this is totally out of supply range, isn't it? My bad, my bad. Totally my bad. That's why these mortars haven't been able to be utilized. There we go. Move all of this over here. Great. The pylons do take a little bit of time to build in comparison to the towers, but, I mean, it's well worth the extra range, I think. Just makes everything easier to supply. Okay, now we can place a nullifier down and manage to do it safely. Okay, let's do it. Let's give it a shot, eh? There's no reason, by the way, that we couldn't move our core right over here. Let's move the core over there. Why not? I should probably be a little bit more active with my core. Unless there is, you know, something which is absolutely critical to get built. I should probably just move it around from time to time. It certainly can't hurt, especially if it's just always continuously connected to the network. It's able to just do all of what it needs to do. Okay, let's nullify the enemies. All of the ammunition to do just that is being sent out right this very second. We need 25 units in order for it to start working, I believe. And then after that, it's just a continual supply of resources, and that'll keep it suppressed. Excellent. So we're nullifying both of them. No issues on that front. I think that's everything. Yeah, so the liftic is being supplied right now. All of our totems have been connected. The whatchamacallit, the miners have done a tremendous job. I've just realized, though, we're not actually connected here. That's fine. Alright, whatever. We'll just jump through the flippin' rift. Let's get the heck out of here. Wonderful. Okay, ruins repurposed. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Aha! What have we got? What have we got over here? So, we've got to We've got to, first of all, plonk down our base, which I'm not entirely sure where we're going to do that. There are a bunch of weird structures, weird shrine-like structures over here. There's also a couple of pre-placed buildings. Yeah, so there is the totems are all over here, which is fine. I think it's actually something that we're okay with, I think, as a whole. There are blocks of something over here. That's fine as well, I guess. Okay, I think what we want to probably try and do in the first instance is try and take one half of the river. I suspect that this side of the river is going to be a little bit easier to take, but there are... Oh, in fact, I tell you what, yes, look at the difference in the emitters. So these emitters are going to be emitting 300 every 300 seconds. That's a lot. These emitters are going to be emitting 25 every 15 seconds. So I think what we want to try and do is we want to try and rush to get a... We want to try and rush to get a nullifier down as swiftly as we possibly can. So we'll plonk that down there. We'll see if we can try and get a couple of towers down. There we go. There we go. Keep it up. Excellent. Right. This may well be a flawed strategy, but we're gonna try it nonetheless. And you know what? Sometimes flawed strategies end up working out. Weird, eh? Okay. Okay. Build and select a miner. Do I want to build a miner? I don't think I want to build a miner. I don't think I want to build a miner at all. I think we can survive without it. Okay, maybe, just maybe, I've committed too many pylons initially to this cause. This may be a flawed approach. May very well be a flawed approach. However, we'll nonetheless give it a shot. Destroy that tower right there. Come on, as soon as we get the first layer of these up and running, we should be fine. Yeah, don't worry about the blueprints. Not super worried about that at all. Destroy that. I don't want to commit any resources to that. Destroy that. Don't want to commit any resources to that. Start building the cannons as quickly as we can. Yeah, so we're still running a deficit because we're trying to expand our economic network. These cannons need to really hurry the heck up. So I would love to not run a deficit right now, in fact. That would instead be really, really excellent. I still think that this is probably the right place to put the base. Let's get this cannon up and running as quickly as we can. And then I think I'm going to move it. Aha! I see exactly what has happened here. So it turns out that the shrine is like a force field thing, which is kind of cool to note. Let's get the base moved in there then, if that's the case. Sure. Absolutely. Let's freaking go, shall we? Okay. Let me expand out over there. Let me see if I can try and get some additional towers in here. Nice. Okay, so at least we're going to be safe. At least we're going to be safe inside this force field. That's cool to note. I very, very much like the sound of that. Okay, so let's get some additional miners then, if that's one way that we can expand our economy. Yep. Let me rotate you around the back here. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, that's looking pretty darn good. That is looking pretty darn good. Okay, everything else seems to be going down. But that's fine. I mean, we didn't really invest that many resources, did we? The game seems to want me to build a pylon system over to here. That's fine with me. Also, what's the reason to not connect up? What's the reason to not connect up this little light beam force field thing? We might as well get that started, right? Presume that there's going to be... Yeah, it looks like there's more mining resources under here. So I'm very interested in seeing what the heck we can gather from this patch over here. All right, but yeah, things are looking decent. Things are looking decent. Anything within the force field is totally fine. Everything out with the force field is destroyed. So that flawed strategy that I was talking about was definitely flawed. Now we get to see exactly what the heck happens once a force field is applied to the creep, it looks like, wow, it looks like that's a, is it a more substantial force field or is it just the same? It looks slightly more substantial, actually. That's cool. Very, very cool indeed. Very, very cool indeed. Okay, so yeah, so we've got that up and running now. We can see if we can get some additional miners down. Let's just build as many as we can. We can worry about connecting them in a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that is like, that is literally us using absolutely every drop of this mineable stuff that we can. Whatever the heck it's called, bluite. The lamest name for a resource since that resource in Avatar. What was it? Unobtainium? Is that not just the most garbage name for a alien resource ever? Don't answer that one. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. We're still being told to build and select the miner. However, that seems to not be possible. Build and select the miner. I'm selecting a miner. I can change it to bluite. Don't know why I'd want to change it to bluite. I don't think we've got anything that uses the bluite at this moment in time, but you never know. Let's just continue to use energy, I guess. Or continue to mine energy. That's fine too. We're in a little bit of a deficit situation here, but that is mostly because we're just expanding our energy so rapidly. Okay, cool. The good news about these force field things is that it doesn't seem like they need to be powered by energy in order to continue to work, which is great. Pretty happy about that. Right, once all of this is done, weird. Once all of this is done, we're gonna build a whole bunch of mortars. And in fact, I tell you what, there is no reason not to just build a nullifier right here, right? Like, we can actually straight up just nullify this source straight away from within our force field, which is super duper powerful, actually. Super duper powerful. The layers of creep around here are higher than I've ever encountered before, at least in this game anyway. So that is something to consider. Is there a chance that we can connect up this this liftic over here? I don't think there is. Don't think there is. And even if we could, there's no real reason to do so because we still need to unlock the totems. We still need to fight our way over there. Right. Anyway, we've got all of these miners now. We've got a huge number of resources that are producing energy. Oh, cool. We can now produce bluite ore. Excellent. Build the factory for peace. Okay, cool. Don't exactly know what the heck happened there, but that's great. We're now mining bluite, which is great. And we're now building a factory, which is very, very cool as well. Only takes 25 energy in order to build it, but that's kind of nice. We'll do it nonetheless. Let's also see if we can get some additional pylons over here. No, not pylons. Towers. Completely different, but they all produce energy nonetheless, which is great. All right, excellent, 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 excellent. What the heck does the factory do? It, yes. So we can make anti-creeper, arg, or liftic. So we don't actually require that. Ah, okay. The alien temple thing uses anti-creeper and makes anti-creeper. So anti-creeper in the original is this light blue stuff, which is basically the opposite of creeper. It creeps out from the core and stops the creeper. Okay, anyway, we probably need to see if we can try and get some more of this bluite stuff. So let's see if we can convert a couple of these miners to bluite. How about that? Since we are totally fine for energy right now, right? Yeah, and I'm making the assumption that we're fine for bluite. Okay, whoa, wow, 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 wow. What the heck is this? Okay, so anti-creeper being not creeper was... What the heck is this? Where's this guy going? He's just going across the edge of the map. He's low on HP. And he explodes and he brings a... What the heck? Okay, so it is like a liquid that is the opposite of creeper. Okay, well that is the coolest flipping thing that I've ever gosh darn seen. I need to get more of that stuff like right now. Correct? Beautiful. Okay, this doesn't even need to be built here, but that, yeah, sure. Okay, great. Wowzers. Okay, so the factory is producing a appropriate amount of anti-creeper, which is grand. I'm fine just to let it build anti-creeper. That's cool. Look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. How cool is this? Can I build another factory? Is that not something that I'm able to do? I don't think it is. I do not think it is. Do we need perhaps some more bluite? I'll see if I can try and bring on some more bluite. Seems like we've got a bluite surplus at this moment in time, but again, no real need for energy, so we might as well get as much bluite as we can. Cool. Okay, so it's a surplus of 2.3. That's what it looks like anyway. Wowzers! What the heck was that? Did something end up going down? I think something ended up penetrating my force fields. It sounds very bad, but it's true. Okay. Move the cannons over here. All right. I mean, this is war via anti-creeper. This is cool. This is very cool. I like this a lot. But we need more. We need more of the stuff, to be honest. Also, that nullifier has gone down. How the heck did that nullifier go down? I thought it was very comfortable behind here. Yeah, weird. Okay, well let's redo that. So this is creating waves, and waves are bad from what it seems. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can bring online more and more bluite production. Right. Turn all of this from energy to bluite. We don't really require energy. It will look like there's a little bit of a dip on our graph, but that's okay. I mean, this anti-creep stuff is legit. This is cool as all heck. I am very invested in this. This is very cool. Okay, you know what? Let's help out. Let's help out with this cause. Let's create some mortars. I've sort of been staring open-mouthed at all of the activity that's been happening from these ancient temple things. But I think now it is time that we sorted that out. We've got plenty. Look at this. We've got plenty of anti-creep. So that is totally fine. We don't actually need. I was waiting to say we don't actually need to get out to this liftic pod, although I'm suspecting that the factory converts bluite. I presume this is redite and then greenite. I presume it's greenite that it converts to liftic. So we probably will still need to branch out to this liftic pod over here. Okay, let's get some more mortars, shall we? Let's do that. Man, I love this. This is looking cracking. Look at these little robots. Not only are they fantastically adorable, but they are cute as all heck. That's the same thing. No, I was about to say they're cute as all heck, but they're also actually shockingly, they work. They're really good. Also, I'm just realizing now we got some additional bluite over here that we can extract. I'm gonna keep these miners on energy. Yeah, keep them on energy for now. I think that's the right thing to do. Cool. Because we are running a little bit of a deficit now, but that deficit is partly induced by me because I decided to start building some more miners. Okay, so where do we want to go next? I think this area over here is pretty darn good. It's not actually super deep in places. In places it is, but in places it's not. I reckon if we build a fleet of cannons and then just deploy them, we probably won't have too much difficulty. In fact, these cannons over here could probably be maneuvered with relative ease. Let me maneuver the fleet of cannons out here. Yep, let's build a pylon over there and then over there in anticipation for their arrival. Look at these temples and look at these robots. They are doing work. It's brilliant, in fact. It's really, really good. We've got a little bit too much anti-creeper just waiting in the factory, but, I mean, you know what they say. You can never have too much anti-creeper, can you? I don't know if that's what they say, but I feel like if people don't already say it, they should be singing it from the rooftops. Okay, build a whole bunch of additional cannons, because cannons are really, really good at being launched into enemy areas. Mortars. Let's get the mortars moved down here. Cool. And then we will put down a pylon in front to herald the way. Okay, that was a bit of an unfortunate lucky bit of creeper that managed to get in front of there, but that's fine. Okay, move the cannons across here. And by the time the cannons are moved across there, the pylon should already have been built. So we should be able to supply everything. Also, build a couple of towers behind, just to make sure that we're able to capitalize on our expansion. Make sure that we sort out our economic situation. All right, this is looking real good. Looking real good. Do I want to move? No, I don't really want to move those guys down there, do I? I'll move the cannons down here, though. That seems totally fine. Queue up a pylon over there as well. This is looking good. And then these guys over there. Build a little bit more supply infrastructure, and then let's throw down a nullifier. Excellent. Goodness gracious me. These robot things have been absolutely invaluable. They are doing a tremendous amount of work. It may not look like it, but boy, oh boy, they are. Look at this anti-creep. There's almost more anti-creep than there is actual creep, which is quite spectacular. And they just keep on coming as well. It seems like they only target sources that are active, which kind of makes sense, I suppose, doesn't it? But you know, something to consider. Let's move these guys across. It's a shame. Missed a trick on that one there, but that's fine. There we go. Should have no difficulty with this, especially with the reinforcements of the anti-creep. All right, and resupply all of these cannons. Look at this. This isn't even challenging. This isn't even challenging now. Right. Bring you across here. To be honest, I feel like we just build towers across here. Now that we've got so much anti-creep, we can probably just get away with it. To be honest, build a whole bunch of towers so there is a connection, even if one tower happens to go down. And just queue up the nullifier, to be honest. Yep, straight up, just queue up the nullifier. If and when we can. Which is not now, apparently. There we go, queue it up there. Just wait for the anti-creep, here it comes. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Pause. I need to move my my cannons back a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's fine. I probably did not need to move them back that far. We move them back in. Go for it. As soon as they've got the ability to be resupplied, that is going to be great. Yeah, they might end up going down. That's actually on me. That's totally on me. We've still got one cannon over here. The supply towers are failing. Failing too rapidly for my liking, but that's fine. This is the last one anyway, so we're going to see a lot of anti-creep over here. Which is really, really good. Okay, is this even connected up? Is there even a connection over here? It doesn't seem like there is. Which is a bit of a concern. Let's build a whole bunch of cannons over there. Let's build some towers to supply it. And let's build that over there. Cool. There we go. Okay. Excellent. We have got a defensive structure here. Let's move the cannons across. because I really am not happy with the regularity at which the towers are being destroyed over here, but that's because it is a pretty strong source. Let's also plonk down a nullifier. Nope, that seems to be going down. It's probably not going to be possible to get a nullifier here until we get the cannons across. Okay. Man, this anti-creep has done a power of work. Look at this. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Right. Nullify everything. Let's get that sorted right now. Excellent. And also, is the lift tick connected up? It's not actually connected up because it seems like the creep has managed to fight back against the anti-creep over here, and it destroyed my tower, but no matter. We will get that sorted out right now. Gives us an opportunity to nullify the source as well. Look at the speed at which we're destroying the creep as it emerges. That's quite incredible, actually. All right, we nullified all enemies. That's cool. All of the lift tick is now being transported into all of the totems. That's cool. As you can see, the totems are increasing in size and charge, and they meet to form a beam, and bada bim, bada boom, what do you know? That's it, and we can now rift jump, which is quite incredible. Okay, wowzers, what was that? That was the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. There are 3 levels remaining in the demo. I think we're gonna wrap this episode up here. I thought this would be a nice little game to look at because bloomin' heck, I enjoy the series, and I think I'm gonna enjoy this first game in 3D, the first Creeper World game in 3D anyway. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have indeed, you know, subscribe maybe even like, maybe even put a comment under the video to tell me your thoughts all about Creeper World. Who knows? Ladies and gents, it's been an absolute pleasure playing this game for you today. Thanks as ever to the Obita Potato Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/Obita Potato. Also thanks to Banana Nanana and C Senpai for being the 2 $25 plus tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.